And now the journey starts from here to cross from the East London to the Southeast, preferably to use the full tunnel. And here is the full tunnel. This dome, I'm going to start now walking through it. It takes, as I said, only 5 minutes for you to walk through this tunnel, get yourself on the other side of the river, which can sometimes take a lot of time if you have to wait to use the ferry.
Walking under this river Thames using the full tunnels are part of the interesting things to note about London. Do you know there are two different full tunnels in London? There are two major foot tunnels under the river Thames, notably the Greenwich Tunnel, which is the one that can use to cut the distance under the water from cul-de-sac of Greenwich area towards the Island Garden. You come out at the Island Garden at the other side in the Southeast. The second one is this Woolwich foot tunnel, the Woolwich tunnel. This one we're concentrating on. This particular where I'm standing right here is the one that you can use to cut from your distance from the Southeast to the East London. The Woolwich Tunnel connects Woolwich on the south bank of the River Thames to North Woolwich in Newham. Well, notably, there is a particular interesting thing about this foot tunnel. It's part of the major foot tunnels that you can use if you prefer not to go on the ferry at this tunnel. You can usually see loads of vehicles that are actually being on the ferry, and passengers also use this. So this funnel basically for passengers as well, they can walk through it, and it takes just about between 5 to 15 minutes, depending on the pace at you work. The entrance of this is actually the south entrance is somewhat hidden behind the waterfront leisure center on the other side in the Woolwich area. It is the oldest remaining building in the riverside area of Woolwich. And then the north one is towards the North Woolwich area of the Newham, or call it East London, very close to the city airport. You can actually use a ferry if you do not want to walk through the tunnel, but this tunnel is open 24 hours. Sometimes the ferry closes in the evening time, sometimes around 8 p.m. and sometimes some days it might be closing before 10 p.m. in the evening and opens from 6 in the morning. But this full tunnel opens 24 hours. So on the boat is actually free if you want to use it. The passenger use it. You can use your bike. You can use cycles. You can drive on the ferry. You can see it taking the vehicles to the other side of the river. Let me show you how it sometimes prefer to use the full tunnel. So I'm hopping onto the pier here on the ferry to cross to the north. To the Woolwich one. This is a long queue and also time to take to get to the other side while on this ferry using the vehicle or using it as a passenger.
In a quarter of a mile, continue straight onto A117. Take the second exit onto.
At least it takes about an hour sometimes to get to the other side of this river. This particular foot tunnel is deep, very deep. The tunnel is about 504 meters long, and its deepest, the tunnel roof is about 3 meters below the river bed. The tunnel is long, and the tunnel is 1,655 feet. That's about 500 meters long, and the crown about 10 feet below the riverbed. At high tide, it lies under a further 70 feet of water.
Now let's start the journey from here. This is it. There are quite a number of steps. There's a signal say no cycling, but sometimes you do see some people using their bikes. There is a lift which is supposed to take you down to the basement of the tunnel, but presently it's not working from the east side, the Woolwich side of it, not Woolwich side of it. So the other one, on the other side, presumably is working at the moment of the time of this video. So here we are. I'm taking the steps on this full tunnel. The steps down towards the base of the tunnel. So, right now I'm stepping down using the steps at the north ledge of the full tunnel. So, this is how it goes. So, keep going. Also, there is a good lightning, helps you to, continue your journey here. Now, we got to the base here, and this is it. As you can see, the lakes here has been managed by the Royal Greenwich on behalf of the Royal Borough and the London Borough of Newham. This is it. There's a regulation around it. The lift is not working at the moment, but sometimes it does work. Now, this is it. The full tunnel for you to walk through to get to the East London or to Southeast London. We call it the North Woolwich Tunnel, the full tunnel in North Woolwich. Instead of you to pass over the Thames River, which is a very long stretch of more than 500 or 600 yards away. So it's even more than that. So you can actually take this tunnel, and then sometimes you see some people use the bike just to cross the full tunnel here as we keep going. Let's continue. It's a full North Woolwich area of London. It takes just barely 5 minutes to walk to get to the other side. Wow. Sometimes it saves you time instead of waiting for the ferry. And one thing is, day and night, you see people coming here. Passing through this full tunnel here. You have to walk under the river. Now we are deep under the base of the water now, but using this very well carefully crafted and very large tunnel. One of it is very, very unique in Europe. This is it. And actually, this perhaps looks like the longest one ever, being used by so many people. This is a full tunnel at this time of the day. It's fewer people walking, but you get to see some other people coming down at this full tunnel.
Coming to the end of the tunnel, you can either use the steps or use the lifts. So here, the choice is yours, or you can even choose to jog or walk. Now from here, let me show you how it looks like at the other side and continue the journey from the Woolwich Arsenal area and the beautiful things that you can see around there at this Woolwich area of London. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to show you more about the North Greenwich and the Woolwich area in our next video. Thank you.
And if the fates
Perhaps we're looking for one of a kind, the cultural exhibitions around the world, all traveled and places. Stay tuned to my channel, KB Jojo Newsbox, where I intend to give you every vital information, updates, interesting places, places of interest, tourism, and about people, culture around the world. Stay tuned on this channel. We promise to give you more. It's guys. Thank you.
And if the fates should bless us with a moment of reprieve, we all could stand together in the silence and just breathe. Rejoice for all the happiness, mourn for all the grief. It's all that I